Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Tilewave from YuRu Chen. This is a pretty one. And at first I thought, "Oh, this is going to be different just because we're really the first step and the second step." But it works. It's good. If I can do it, so can you. Okay. Uh, I'm thinking I'm going to go across here because when I did it on my step out, I don't have necessarily a lot of room. I'm thinking going crosswise should give me more. We shall see. All right. So this starts off. We'll see if I can get it in a decent row here. But like everything's Zentangle, if it's not exactly straight, it's okay. And especially this one because it is kind of wiggly on the bottom. All right, starts off with a kind of an S-shaped line coming up into a spiral. I'm gonna start here, and and it's just really, I mean, you could just add some flair. If that is kind of, I find it hard, and I also try to not stress about actually doing that, um, and just kind of and just kind of go with the flow. And nicely, she does put some arrows up here, and I'm probably drawing them too tall, but oh well. Okay, and then we're gonna do like a row of these. So you want to have them separate because there's stuff that's gonna go in between. Ooh, I can get a nice four. All right, that last one is a little weird. It's all right. Then same shape, but the spiral is gonna go in towards the middle. So, but we're gonna do this straight line or straight-ish line. So if you can do that same curve, I had trouble with that. So I'm just thinking I'm just gonna make it. I'm just thinking straight, and if I can have a little flair, then good for me. And as you can see, we're turning it in towards towards the other spiral, and this kind of creates a that the border. One thing that I did and not worrying about this little curve is, so as I'm adding that line, I'm trying to, like this, merge right into whatever is there wherever it is, and make that the side of the spiral. Works out good. Sometimes not so much, but as I have said before, in Zentangle, close does get you the cigar. And if you don't like cigars, insert whatever. Okay, next step, curve line using the take off and land concept. And actually, that is kind of what this was here. As this was probably the best demonstration because I also had that really curved there too. Um, of the because this was, I mean, we're not really tracing anything here to take off, but we're landing, and so we had that little bit of a landing strip there. Okay, so curve line coming from say skip a spiral because we're going to do this one coming down to this one and taking off from here and landing down here. I'm going to try it the opposite way because YuRu has the arrow going up. Well, maybe that's easier because I think if I'm doing it this way, as you can see, I'm kind of getting that. We'll try it a second time. Okay, maybe that's better. You decide. This one, I didn't, not thinking that there's necessarily a difference. Although I can see here um, that the top came in a little closer to the curve than here. Could have been a fluke, but But anyway, curve line coming from that spiral to this spiral. Then there we go. We're going to essentially aura in here. So we're going to come take off and land ish here. So starting back at this first one, I'm going to take off a little bit from that spiral. So just tracing over just that little edge, auraing this in whatever curve you might have, and then over here, same idea, and then landing on this spiral. So it's not as much as a takeoff, because when I do this, it's usually because tracing over and then we're curving it. This one we're not, but it is nice to trace over a little bit, so you get that it merges from one to the other, and then you somewhat, as long as you do it good, avoids the line that or the little bump that can happen when you're starting and stopping from somewhere. And I'm just all of a sudden realizing, let me look at, yeah. So what's neat with this right here, and it doesn't, I was thinking maybe I should make it more straight, but I don't think it matters. This kind of creates a scrolly type of look here. And if you look up Zenplosion, there's some other ones that do that, where they show you where else to put lines, and I think it would be here, so that way it does look like a scroll, so you get the insides. But this certainly looks like it here. All right, so we have that. Then on the top here, similar idea, because we're going from one spiral to the other. This could be a little bit more of an S shape. And, it's really funny because she has the arrow coming from here. I'm just going to do that. Coming from here and going up. I would want to go from here, but I kind of see the point. It just helps. And mine, I'm not having, let's see if I can add a little curve in there. Yeah. Because I think if I come from here, I get maybe a little too much of a curve. When I was playing with it, that's what was happening. So it's good to try it both ways. See what works for you. Okay, then we are going to add just a little decoration in the center. So coming out from that center, a line and a dot. My favorite thing in the world. Usually it's with 2 dots, but it doesn't matter how many dots. It's just neat. And there we have it. Super cool. Do take a look, and I'm going to add some shading. I think, here's where I'm going to go with the shading. And just trying out, but really, really neat. I was going to say, do take a look at the For More Inspiration link, so that way you can see YuRu's work. And I do like how it shaded this. The shading, it depends on what you want to emphasize. So if we do this, then this part is going to pop out because it has that nice it's almost like a border. But I have this other thought I'm trying to retain in my head. Border's not the right word, but it is. It's like an edge. And now, since we are tucking this one, we're making it look like it's tucked under, like there's a shadow there. Let's see how that. You see, that looks so neat. But this needs something, and I'm just thinking maybe I'll add. Now, I'm not gonna add my own thing. Let's do. Here's what I was thinking, because you could put little curved lines with the pen. Hash marks, and that could look really, really neat. But I'm going to put some graphite right here. We'll start with just the one side, and I don't want it to come out too far, because I'm tempted to put some on the other side, but I don't have a lot of room. But that looks cool the way it is. It gives enough of a curve coming this way. And it's okay if that might not be, you might not need that, but wait. If this is tucked, if we were picturing this as a scroll, and I'll tell you, with the one thing in Zentangle, which I'm kind of proving is not the case, I suppose, we don't worry about light source and all that, but I do. It is fun. It's nice to know that we don't worry about that. It's okay. But it is fun to imagine, what is this doing? And we can all have our individual interpretation of that, of what is this doing. So what do I want to show off, and what do I want to emphasize, what do I want to, like this, what do I want to recess, what do I want to have come up to the forefront. And I kind of like this. So in my mind, this is like a little scroll, like it's curled up, even though this side, yeah, it's not so much. But that's all right. So that's why I put a little graphite on that side, and then here to show it rolling, and here to show that it curves, and it then has a little bit of it casts a shadow, and I would just want that to recess on this side. But that's what I do. So in my head, it's yeah, what do I want to bring out? What do I want to push down? Super, super fun tangle. Now, I could, it's like, and I didn't on this one, and I'm looking at this poor thing just sitting here all by itself with, and there's nobody there for it. So, and because I like to, I have to work backwards. Let's see. So if we had, let's say, another line would have come here. Okay. And so we would have done like this. Then that would go like that. And this would go like this. And this would go like this. And then we would have, there we go. And I'll figure out the other end. But and not looking at that, it does make a difference, even though I haven't shaded it yet. When we do that, I like it. It's just me. It is, and it's okay. And sometimes, and if you do enjoy, if you like doing this too, sometimes you kind of have to make it up. And I'm looking here, it's like, well, what part would be showing? And this one would be that. And there. And we'll add see what you get from what's left on my tortillon. Because especially in these little areas, you might not need a whole lot. But then at the same time, I want it to match. And it doesn't help if I've scooted it over off of the camera. All right. Well, as I finish up this bit here, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have you click on like, not unlike, and feel free to share it, leave comments, and if you like it enough to see more, or rather, if you like me enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned already in the description section that the the links to the step outs. I'm trying to like merge it all and make one word out of 3 sentences. That's not gonna work. Because all of a sudden I'm thinking, I think I'm gonna aura this whole thing because I think that would look extra neat. But yeah, so links to the step outs are in the description section, and below that, ways to connect with me. So again, if you enjoy my goofy style, and I hope you do, would love to connect and tangle. I do classes almost twice weekly. Most of them are free, and I do have some that are paid, so that way I can continue to afford to do this. On Thursdays, now this is going to depend in your time zone. So if you happen to be on Eventbrite or Meetup, those are both free things. You can find things to do. You can look at my website. I have links to both of those, so you can follow me and see when I post classes, especially new ones. But I have a recurring meeting every Thursday. And again, I said in my time zone, I'm in Michigan because we have people from all over that come on, and so it could be Friday your time when you get on. Doesn't that look neat with an aura? It really does. Um, but do check on any of those platforms where you see the class or the session. It will show up in your time zone. So I do them Michigan time, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Those are the start times pretty much for everything that I do. It's like it works, and if I add something in different on a different day, maybe it'll be at a different time. I don't know, but that's what's worked for the last few years, and and I don't want to goof things. It's bad enough when I have a schedule change and I need to move something. So that's when they start, and again, Michigan time, Eastern whatever time it is, because we're going to change. What are we changing off of daylight savings? I guess I get the words mixed up, but it changes, and I think that's next. It's in November. Maybe it's at the first Sunday of November, something like that. Anyway, so check that. It should be correct in your time zone, and I would love to have you join in on the fun. If you happen to be on Facebook, I do have a Facebook community. It's a lot. We have just a wonderful community that has developed over the last couple of years. Absolutely amazing. And so come show your work if you're doing these tangles with us. If you're joining in on the classes, whether you're doing it online or just from watching the videos, feel free to come and join in on the group. I have a couple required questions, and just know that. But yeah, would love to have you join us. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.